What was that process like? Like, what was the moment where you're like, I'm gonna change some things?
Probably about a couple weeks into summer, we were working out at a camp out here, and it was funny. I was drinking like some Starbucks drink, and Cano came up to me and he was like, "You gotta stop drinking those." And I was just like, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but I guess you're right. Like I gotta get it in shape and kind of focus up and get myself into a place where I know I really want to be and I know I can get to, and to be able to perform my best each and every day. So that was kind of my breaking point, and I was just like, I know I can do it, and I just got to get it done. So
then what was the next day? Like, what was your plan of attack? Did you go seek the trainers, or did you come up with your own thing and lead us through what you started doing?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of came up with my own thing. I just, kind of used prior experience of like, I've dropped a couple pounds in the past, but nothing like I dropped this summer, and kind of just took that into play and knew like there was things that I could change in my diet and my everyday actions. Like I took the weight room way more seriously than I ever have this summer, and that was definitely a big piece in building strength and being able to lose weight at the same time. So I mean, I kind of just did a variation of my own things and things I saw off the internet and all that type of stuff.
So it was like daily jogging?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much ran every single day. I'd run at least a half mile to a mile, somewhere in there, just to get the legs moving and kind of get a little bit of cardio within the workout.
And then you started lifting more weights and certain things. And what was the goal? Like you have that Starbucks, Canham says, what the hell? Yeah. And then you go to, you're like, what is the end goal here?
Yeah, I mean, they asked me what I wanted my playing weight to be at the end of the year last year, and I told them I wanted to be 205, and so I kind of had that in my mind. I was like, I know if I can get down to 205, I can get down to whatever I really want to be. So I kind of just hit 205, and I saw myself keep going down, and I felt good with what I was doing, and I just made sure that my body felt good each and every day in the weight room and out in the field when I was doing doing all my stuff. So I mean, I kind of just let myself get to a point where I felt like I could perform and I was still strong at the same time.
So what was your weight when you had that Starbucks, and where are you at now?
I was about like 220 when I had that, and then now I'm about 195. Oh, wow. Yeah, so it dropped quite a bit.
And what's the biggest, when do you notice it? How does it help you? What's the biggest kind of change for you?
Yeah, I mean, just each and every day at practice, I feel like I come out and I'm able to perform at my highest level each and every day. My body feels great in the weight room, out in the field, during games. Like I feel like I have less weight to carry, so I have more of an ability to be out there for more games throughout a weekend and be full strength throughout every inning that I play.
More nimble behind the plate?
Yeah, exactly. I feel more athletic. I feel like I can move better, hip mobility, like all that type of stuff. I feel like everything kind of just played into it, and all the cards fell into the right spot there.
You kind of mentioned on Sunday, you started every game behind the plate this past weekend, and do you feel like you're in a position now where you could be relied upon to be behind the plate more so than you have been?
Yeah, absolutely, and that kind of played into why I decided to lose some weight this summer. Is like I needed to lose some pounds in order to be able to go out there each and every day, and I feel like by doing that, I put myself in a position that I can be out there each and every day and play every single inning that I possibly can.
Did you have to change your diet at all? Or like, are you eating healthier, or are you just working out more?
Yeah, the big hit was probably the diet, just kind of just kicking out foods like the stupid Starbucks drinks and all that type of stuff like that. Just kind of getting rid of the things that aren't necessarily needed, but like people enjoy, I guess I would say. So I kind of just had to knock that down to get down to the weight that I wanted to be. And I've kind of, you indulge yourself every now and then, but I just being able to lose the weight was the biggest struggle, and being able to knock out different foods that I definitely don't need in my everyday diet.
Like sweets and fried foods, or
yeah, exactly. Like like going out. Playing on a weekend road series, it's kind of hard to find the healthiest foods, but just being able to understand that if I make the decision to eat better food on the road rather than going with like the Raising Cane's or the McDonald's or like whatever you don't have up here, by choosing the healthier option, it truly does make an impact on your everyday health. So
what's your go-to on the road?
I mean, it kind of depends on where we go. We get a lot of sandwiches and stuff, but we've had the food this year has just been much, much better for us that we get catered in. So I've kind of just been going with whatever we got on the road because each option has been better and better each time. So
what was the hardest thing to cut out?
Definitely sweets. I'm a big chocolate guy, so I mean, just cutting out the sweets and being able to, just ration it and after a series, I would say I indulge myself in it just because I know I've worked hard enough that I can get to that point. But, just cutting it down each and every day and eating less and less of it, I say would be the biggest thing for me.
The dark chocolate, man. That's basically it.
Yeah, no kidding.
What's impressed you the most about this pitching staff here through a few weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like every guy that we got coming out of the bullpen or starting the game just has the want to go out there and perform. I would say we have the deepest pitching staff we've had in the last few years that I've been here. So, I mean, just each and every guy comes out there and he wants the ball. He wants to be the guy to perform. And when the time comes to pass the ball off, we know that we got another guy that can come out there and do the same thing that they just did. So just having the deepness of the staff.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
All good.
We talked about more, feeling a little more limber behind the plate. At the swinging the bat, are you noticing anything different? Hitting higher exit velos now or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I made some swing changes over the summer, and having the changes within my body kind of played into that. Like, I'm able to swing the bat harder. I'm able to get myself into a position that I want to be in when I'm going to swing the bat. I just feel like everything kind of plays into it. I feel like my exit velocities have been much, much higher than years past and have been more consistently finding the barrel with the baseball. And I just think that it allows me to get my swing off in the ninth inning like I did the other day, and it just plays through each and every game. So,
What'd you switch up in your swing?
Just being able to get into a spot to hit when I'm going to see the baseball, being in a better position, and then just being able to be on plane with pitches longer and earlier with the barrel. So.
What was your read on the level of annoyance from Aiden having to sit out last weekend?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously a guy that's put in so much work to get into the position that he is, and he definitely is a guy that wants to go out there and just dominate and be the guy for us on Friday nights. And I talked to him a couple times throughout the weekend just asking him how he was feeling, and he was just super bummed that he couldn't go out there and perform, but he knew one thing that he kept saying was that he knew we had enough guys to get it done in 1 week or 2 weeks or whatever it may be that he's out isn't going to hinder us by any means. So I know he's just more excited to get back out there whenever he can.
Yeah, one of those guys is Segura. How would you assess how he's pitched so far? He's been pretty solid from our perspective.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's just been a guy that I feel like has surprised some people for sure. I mean, I've seen him this fall and seeing him this spring. Like the guy has the ability to be that guy for us on a Sunday when we need a pitcher to step up and really dig deep and get us some innings and save some arms out of the pen. So, I mean, he's done a phenomenal job just going out there and commanding the fastball and getting early and quick outs each and every game. And I feel like it's allowed him to go deeper and deeper into ball games. And I think he'll be a guy throughout the entire season, depending on health, that he goes out there and gets it done every Sunday for us.
Maybe take me back to the fall or after he arrived. When do you remember a moment where you're like, oh, this dude's got it? Like, was there something that struck you early on, or just kind of a gradual build?
Yeah, I mean, so I actually faced him in Live Babies over the fall, and I don't want to put this out there, but I hit a home run off him, and then it kind of after I hit that home run off him, he kind of just had a different mentality when he came out on the mound. You could kind of just see that he kind of just flipped the switch and he just wanted to be that guy, and he knew he had it and just had to kind of get it out of him by a moment of realization like that. And ever since then in the fall, he's kind of just stepped up and, really just gone out there and done what he's done so far throughout the entire fall and the spring. So it's been great.
What is your role with a freshman like him? Obviously the veteran pitcher coming in, they know sort of what to expect, but with a freshman, what's sort of your role with working with him in the fall and even right now?
Yeah, absolutely. I have the ability. He's actually my roommate at my house, so I mean, I've had the ability to see him every single day and talk to him and kind of just help him through the whole entire process of everything. But I would say he's a guy that doesn't need much, I can help him in certain scenarios and help him get through difficult situations, but for the most part, he's kind of got that veteran mentality, even though he is a freshman. So I think that helps him the most. There's not much that I really need to do. There may be some times this year that I need to go out there and calm him down or whatnot, but I mean, for the most part, he's been able to just watch the older guys do it and just kind of implement it into his own thing. So I mean, there's not really much that I have to do other than small in-game moments that he needs a little calm down or he needs a little adjustment or something like that I help him with. So
what's he like behind the scenes? Is he goofy, or is he serious and mature? Give us some insight into his personality.
Yeah, I mean, he's I would say he's just a normal guy. He's pretty quiet outside of the field. You know, we get together and play some cards every now and then, and we hang out all times at the house. And you know, he's funny, but he's quiet at the same time. So I mean, he's just always there. I'd say. You know, he's just a fun one to be around, and he always provides some enjoyment when we're around him.
A little bit of that jerky dry humor.
Yeah, I mean, Jerp was a different character. I would say he's got the same sense of quietness in him, but like he get fired up when you need him to. So.
What's your guys' card game that you guys tend to play?
We play a lot of poker as a team and stuff like that. So I just, you know, a game to get together and hang around the guys and, you know, just kind of talk shop outside of the field without having any distractions on the baseball field. So
Like Hold'em, or like every guy chooses his game around the way?
yeah, we play a lot of
Is
Hold'em.
there a card shark on the team?
I mean, we got a couple of them. Aiden May plays a lot of cards. He doesn't play too much with us, but he's done in the past. Jaron Hunter, Brady Casper. You know, we just got a couple guys that really know how to play the cards. But I would say we're learning as a whole, and it's been getting better and better every time we play. So
Who's free money when they sit down at the table?
It was Eric to start. To be honest, he was pretty free money. But I mean, we've kind of gotten away. Who is that?
Micah?
Yeah, Micah's kind of Trent Caraway is free money. That guy, he has no. Same with Nelson Keljo. That he literally calls himself the donator. He always says, "If you guys need a donator, let me know." So probably those two for sure.
Is it like catching for a coach who is a former All-American and such a important figure here? Like, what impact has he had on you? And do you have a sense of that kind of tradition with the Troy Clonches and him? And I could go on down, you know, Retchman, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's very special to be able to catch at this program in the first place, but to do it under a guy like Hannum is just, you know, it's kind of surreal, and I never really understood how much it meant until this year, I'd say, and this summer and this fall and stuff like that, and it's provided me with such great opportunities to grow as more of a person than I would say a baseball player. I would say as the coaching staff does a great job making us into men versus just great baseball players. You know, we've had an unreal amount of people players come through here and be All-Americans and be first-round draft picks and go on to play in the big leagues, but like nothing really speaks to the process that they take us through in creating us to be like great men and great human beings on and off the field. And you know, it's something I've taken into my own this year, is just being able to be a leader each and every day, whether not like it doesn't have to be necessarily the stats or what I do in the box or behind the plate, but just be like a light for guys to look at each and every day, like bring the energy through practice, and just, you know, it kind of just plays into the type of guy that he is and the things that he brings upon us. So
Kind of like an attitude mindset.
yeah, it's big, like attitude mindset, like how you carry yourself each and every day, whether you're down or you're feeling great, you know, just not riding the highs and the lows and just staying even keeled and being the guy you are each and every day.